Okay. Hey guys, you may be able to see this or not. I don't know. Let me see here. Yeah, it looks like you can see it okay. That is the card that I promoted on the preview. And yeah, I'm going to do something special tonight because um, with the storm last night and the power outage and all that, we had everything blacked off to where we couldn't get into the studio. It's like pitch black in here. So I am going to do this one on the fly for you guys live so you can see this layout. And we're going to go from there. So I'm going to pick up a clean card here. As you can see, there's nothing on it. We're going to do this layout, and I'm going to draw Supergirl today. So we're going to see how this goes. I know this is tough for you guys to see right now, but I will darken this all up, just as always. Um, I think it's going to come out okay. Putting her hip right in there. Putting a little rib cage right there. The pec and chest and bust line there. Adjusting that center line just a little bit. And we're going to bring that arm up. I think I'm going to draw it off over here like this, and we're going to bring in that wrist right there. And we're going to make that palm up. So we're going to put that pinky knuckle right there. Drawing in the cupcake action, as I call it, as my daughter called my method of drawing. Gonna make that one point up just a little bit, separate it out. Put it in the thumb down here. There's that hand. Gonna put in this back shoulder. I'm gonna tip it back where that arm goes way out here like this behind. Slim that down a little bit. And cut into that forearm down here where you guys can see that second hand, at least in part. Draw on the top. There's the cupcake method that I use. Thumb right there. Across that sideline, drawing that knuckle and finger, middle finger, ring finger, and it's off the shot. Sorry about that, but it is. I'm going to come in with the hair whipping around. Let's see. Let's do it this way. I'm going to whip it off that way so she looks like she's caught up in something there. And then put in the cape right back here. Like that. And we'll have it blowing behind the hair back this way like that. Put in a couple of clean lines in there. Show separation of the hair and the cape. Like that. Don't want to cut into that arm there. Put in a little back view of one of these notches of cape under her neck there. So we've got that going. And then now we'll draw in her bust line, which she has a lot smaller of a bust than most people in comics, which has always interested me a little bit because I've tried to avoid the hardcore physique sale thing. I mean, granted, yeah, it does happen, but she's more athletic rather than voluptuous, so she's not like she's not like the Poison Ivy or the Catwoman figure. She's more like a Harley Quinn that's a little leaner and a little cleaner. So it is clean as Harley can be. I mean, let's be honest. But let's see. Draw in the eye line right there, and the bridge for the nose. I'm going to make her a little angry. I don't know exactly who she's going to be fighting or what yet. Like I said, I'm doing this on the fly, so we'll have to see what comes of it. A little bit of the snarl there. Mark the hair out a little bit more. Make sure she can hear what's going on. Put a little marker for her ears right there. Pop in some eyebrows, and I think we are good to go with the next phase here and start penciling this out. And I'm going to go with the closed uniform. I just happen to like that one a little better. I'm going to come in here right across that hip joint with that belt. She has a little bit of a yellow belt thing going on here. And then the skirt comes out of that. Put in a couple of pleats here. I'll go back over to this side, and I'll make that belt pop out as well there. That way it shows off a little bit of that hip, not too much. Put the rib curve there and come down through the midsection. Like that. So instead of having her just grimacing nowhere here, what we're going to do is I'll take her real quick and pop in this curved line right, let's see, up or down, what do you guys think? I'm thinking maybe up this way. So I'm going to cover the card here so I can hold it and keep it from bending. And there, now she'll have the earth behind her. I'll put in the cloud detail and stuff as I pencil along. So that'll get her started. A little bit more of a forehead here. Okay. So soften that chin up just a little bit. So there we have the fingers. Like I said, I'm going to obscure that one just a little bit to add a little more definition. Make it pop a little more. So gotta be super careful. Pardon the pun there. Gotta be you gotta be really careful with the superpowered women like this, because especially with Kryptonian characters, or a Wonder Woman type character or Power Girl, something like that, because a lot of their stuff comes from that whole thing of being very sleek rather than overly defined. So you got to be careful with that, so that they don't look too buff, because you mess them up 10 ways from Sunday, as we like to say around here. So yeah, you got to be careful with that. But on the other end of that, you get to do some really cool stuff with all their powers and whatnot too. So that always comes out really cool. Just don't beef them up so much that you can't enjoy what you're doing, because it does happen. Try not to give them man hands either, that's creepy. Which this is a little rough here. I think I'm going to adjust that where you get a side view on that thumb, because that's a little rough. It's not perfect, but that's okay. It's not meant to be. But yeah, we're going to move along to the emblem here. And a little more curve on that, so I want it to stick out. There we go. Drawing the old rib cage here. And drawing in that undershadow to show that chest volume. Okay. Now, mark for the obliques. I'm going to go ahead and black that section out right there, because this is going to be a blue suit. Wally Wood used to say, he used to tell every new artist that he met, if in doubt, black it out. And that's something that stuck with me for I don't know how long. I heard him say that whenever I was a kid, back in the mid-90s, early 90s. I mean, I was still in school at the time, but yeah, probably 91, 92. But I'm trying not to overkill with that, because I don't want it to look like Venom. I want it to look like Supergirl. So she's coming along all right. Have to see what happens here. I think I'll go with that eye next. Pop that right in there. So a little bit of her neck showing right in here. Draw the top of the suit right there. Draw the skirt. I know a lot of people get picky about this one, but I just try to keep it as classic as possible. And use a little bit different style of it. I like to come down here like this and curve the S out with that little point like the old Superman logo, but you know, you still got to keep it legit to Kara or Supergirl's version. So, I mean, we could do the modern thing, you know, and do that little swishy S down here, but I just don't really like that one. So, I'm going this style. And drawing a little more classic. That's just personal choice. So I'm going to draw the rest of that to where it swishes over. Like this. Oh wow, a couple of thunderclaps there up in the background. I don't know if you guys can hear that or not. They're booming. Okay. I'll get this cape in here real quick. Thicken that line up just a touch. And then we'll put another one right there off her arm as a baseline for it. So make it look like it's starting to pull away from gravity because I'm going to put her out in space. So that's the reason for these last minute additions there. But for the most part, I think we've got her done. Just pull it up a little bit so you guys can see. And I'll go in and flesh this out. I'm going to flesh this out with some atmosphere and whatnot. And I think I'm going to go just simple and more like the atmospheric shadow type thing, where you get the cloud fronts and the storms and all that, the airflow currents and things like that moving around. So I think that's going to cover it. I know this was a quick one because of the fact that the rain and stuff is coming on. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will catch you tomorrow. I will update now that we have the studio lit up. I'm going to finish the Spider-Woman from yesterday. I'm going to ink this one and flesh it out, and then I'm going to do tomorrow. Let's see. We have She-Hulk. That will be She-Hulk for the card tomorrow. Just so you guys know, I appreciate you hanging out with me as always. Thank you very much, and look forward to it. See you next time.